Python is an old ancient animal in the era of the dinosaur. But unfortunately, it's not what we are going to talk about in this class. We learn Python, which is actually a programming language, but we use the tattoo of power from Python to show its powerful abilities in coding world. So what is Python? Python is an interpreted, object-oriented, high-level programming language with dynamic semantics. So remember, it has three important features: interpreted, object-oriented, and high-level programming. And what they are, what do they mean? So interpreted and compiled, there are the contrast of each other. There are two types of programming languages: interpreted programming languages and compiled programming languages. For the interpreted programming languages, interpreter will read every code lines individually and finds error and stops when it finds this error. Programming languages like Python, Ruby, they are interpreted languages, and it has the more flexibility to debug, to find errors, to code easily, and it has more ways of interactions. For the compiled languages like C or C++, it needs the entire code to be complete before to run it. So the compile process the entire code in one go and gives the complete list of error. So if you compare interpreted programming languages and compiled programming languages, interpreted programming language is more easy to debug and to code. And Python is one of them. The second feature is object-oriented for Python. In the contrast of object-oriented, we have procedure-oriented programming. What is procedure-oriented programming languages? For procedure programming languages, it executes the program step by step, and the program is divided into small parts like functions, and you can use these functions in your code to show the functionalities of your program. And data can move freely from function to function, from one place to another place in the system. And what's the differences between this procedure programming language and object-oriented language? The key difference is that when it's reached to object-oriented function, you have more protections. You can define what is called objects for your data and for your functions. You can access specifier like public, private, protected to show what data, what function can be used by different or other functions. So you have more control in your code and make management more easily. And Python is object-oriented function. Python is object-oriented programming languages, which helps a lot in reusing what you code and build up big project. The last feature of Python is that it is a high-level language. A high-level language is a programming language designed to simplify computer programming. You have high-level language, you have assembly language, machine language, and it reach hardware eventually. The higher the language it is, the more easy for you to code. And Python is a high-level language for you to learn to code, and you don't need to worry about the details, how the machine to understand what you code. So let's make a summary shortly. So Python is an interpreted, object-oriented, high-level programming language with dynamic semantics. Its high-level built-in data structure, combined with dynamic typing and dynamic binding, makes it very attractive for rapid application development, as well as for use as a scripting or glue language to connect existing components together. Python is simple, easy to learn, and its syntax emphasizes readability. Therefore, it reduces the cost of program maintenance. And Python supports modules and packages, which encourage program modularity and code reuse. It is easy to use others' work in your own projects and make it more flexible to build up a big project. The Python interpreter and the extensive standard library are available in source or binary form without charge for many major platforms. And it is freely distributed around the internet, so which makes it the top popular programming language in the world. Okay, next we'll have some fun and install Python together.